How y'all doing, Kick World fam, YouTube gang? We at it again. So we see we're having wildfires in California. A lot of places like Malibu, Eaton, where the fires are prevalent. I just want to say that fires don't start on their own, especially several fires, which adds to the suspicion. But I will let you make your own decisions as to the cause and the effects. And yeah, let's get into the video, man. Remember to like the video. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel.
Well, you're seeing this moments after I saw it. The clouds just cleared, and I can tell you this is the most devastating event that I've seen. I've seen the earthquakes, all the fires here over the last 30 or 40 years, and we've never seen anything like this. This is Pacific Palisades, and the fire went through here, and it just took out thousands of homes all the way down to the shoreline. I mean, to describe it, really, it looks like a war zone. Now, the winds have died down a little bit right now, so they can make some progress, and as I mentioned, the smoke just cleared. This is the first time we were able to get in here and see the destruction. That's the village in Pacific Palisades. But as you can see, row after row after row, every single home burned right down to the foundation. Fortunately, this fire, we're not hearing about any fatalities. The other fire out in Altadena and Pasadena, we've had at least 5 people killed in that one. Fortunately, everyone got out of this, but look at the devastation. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's hard to describe how bad this is.
Hi. Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay.
I've never seen anything like this here. I grew up in Southern California. This is like nothing we've ever seen, with multiple fires raging across the LA region right now. And here in Malibu, it's truly an apocalyptic scene. We're on the Pacific Coast Highway right now, where home after home after home, beachfront properties are engulfed in flames. I am looking at a mansion right now, a beach view mansion up in the hills, that's just basically exploded. And the reason we're separated from my crew right now is because we had just gone a little bit down the road to scope something out, and we turned around, and there was then a live wire that had power line had fallen, and a live wire was blocking the road, and now it's blocked first responders. I mean, it's not, you know, the most important thing now is that there are multiple fire trucks here that I'm looking at that are stalled and can't get through because this live wire is down blocking the road.
There was a 4th fire started in California. This guy seemed to be on a hike when he panned over to look at downtown LA and to see what it looks like to be in an apocalyptic scene, you guys. This is crazy, you guys. This literally looks like a movie. It looks like a movie. And then all the fog that's up there still, y'all see that? So California, is this the fire that y'all needed? Is this the fire that y'all needed to get up out of there? Remember, they were warning y'all to get up out of California?
Wind gusts as high as 99 miles per hour fueled new destructive wildfires in the Los Angeles area overnight. You can see how the extreme winds had embers racing through the
99-mile-an-hour winds. You see how dark this is, y'all? Look at this. And then you had parts of California that was extremely red. But y'all see that sun, though? Y'all see that sun? Still shining, still doing its thing. And the fire is still 0% contained. Now, this happens a lot in California, right? And we know California has been on fire for quite some time, but this is different. This is crazy, y'all. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Okay, I guess let's park along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can, just go ahead of us and try to set up a signal.
Right here. This is where it's gotta be. This is, oh my God. What? I've never, look at this. Beyond comprehension. Oh. That's very sad.
I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home.
I know the feeling.
And they just lost They got canceled from their fire insurance. So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old. And through the state of California, because of this, they're 90 years old, that they've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance, and these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So thank you, California insurance companies, supporting residents who pay taxes and love California. And they wonder why people leave California.
First and foremost, you did get your parents out safely.
I live in Sierra Madre. My parents are in Sierra Madre, but...
And now you know that it is under evacuation as well, north of Sierra Madre Boulevard.
Yeah, I snuck here. You know, there's a will, there's a way. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, send me to jail. That's fine.
It is unbelievable what's happening here to the neighbors. Your parents' house is still standing. You had a hose. You're doing what you can.
I mean, I have a hose. It doesn't compare to these beloved neighbors that I've known. I was born and raised in this house, and I live in Sierra Madre, and I'm now 62 years old. And this is the house I was born and raised in, and I've never moved out of Pasadena, Sierra Madre, Hastings Ranch.
Well, let me tell you, it does help for people who aren't here to know what's happening. So you sharing that story, it does a service. I came up to you without even asking your name.
My name is Lynn Levin Guzman. This is the Levin household. I'm a nurse for over 30 years in emergency room. I deal with fire all the time and firefighters. And this situation here, luckily, people got out because those are my patients. The people who are not so fortunate to get out.
As you mentioned, let's just hope everyone's okay. Lynn, I'm going to let you get back to it. And for you taking the time, we thank you. To your parents, we wish them the best as well. As I send it back to you, there's Lynn again with the hose. She's using a garden hose, getting the awnings, getting the roof of the house, doing anything she can. We say that as the embers are blowing directly on us here in the Upper Hastings Ranch community. She's here, her brother's here, and you know that there's other, let me tell you, the majority of the homes in this community are still standing. We drove past many on the lower side that are still standing, but the night is young.
Absolutely, a long way to go, and a courageous woman at that. And she does bring up a great point that we should talk a whole lot more about, and that is the fact that so many people are now uninsured when it comes to a fire.
Absolute gross negligence by Governor Gavin Newsom and LA City's officials is hugely responsible for the complete devastation caused by these California fires. For one, why would it ever be okay for the city to run out of water? Two, since when is it okay that we are allowing insurance companies, very profitable insurance companies, to cancel people's fire insurance? Not because they haven't paid, but because the insurance company deems their home to be too high of a risk. News alert, they are in the risk business. Numerous residents in the Palisades area reported that they had their fire insurance canceled just 3 months before these fires started. Some of these individuals had had the same fire insurance for over 20 years. 3, homelessness. It's no secret that LA has a huge homeless problem, but did you realize that 80% of the fires started in the Los Angeles area are in fact caused by a homeless individual? Also, this video here is a homeless person starting a fire after the Palisades fire had started, before winds had reached their peak speed. And last but definitely not least, Mayor Karen Bass recently cut $17.6 million from the fire department's budget. This was just months ago. And where is she right now? Oh, she's in Ghana to attend Ghana's president's inauguration. There are currently 5 active fires in the Los Angeles area, and the devastation that we are now seeing come out of the Palisades and Malibu area is just completely devastating and should have never taken place to begin with. My prayers are with all of the residents, all of the firefighters, all of the people that are affected by this. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
So, a recent surge of wildfires has ravaged Southern California, a striking and uncharacteristic phenomenon given the current winter session, and we are in the middle of winter. Typically, wildfires are most prevalent during the drier and warmer months of spring and summer, making this occurrence particularly concerning. Adding to the intrigue, strange anomalies have been spotted during a Fox News report on live TV. In a widely circulated news clip, which has gone viral on social media, unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, were spotted or observed in the vicinity of the wildfires, sparking widespread speculation and raising questions about their intent. The sightings coincide with a growing pattern of UAP activity reported globally, further fueling interest in the phenomenon. Okay, so we'll go into that viral video.
This footage.
Alright, so we have clips of people actually starting fires. As I said, it's not normal for several fires to start on their own, but understanding that fuel from one fire can blow in a certain section and start another fire. The fact that we have been having all these UAPs globally and we haven't had any substantial or sensible explanation. We see an intensity in stuff like this, and I think that we're being warned to prepare and have things happen for the greater good. Of course, there's talks of a new city to be built in preparation for, I think, 2028 Olympics, which will be held in California. So we have the Maui fires, and we have this one. It's just a conspiracy, I think, all the way around. And we know that I don't know who they are, but know that they consult to the devil as we would with God. And the whole point of me saying that in the Freemason circles, they have this thing, problem, reaction, solution, right? So they cause a problem, the people react, and they have the solution. And guess what the solution at this point is? Yeah, if you guess it, you can tell me in the comment section, man. But they don't have water. I don't know if they've been having a drought that we don't know of. But there's something called the El Niño, which the weather patterns, the climate changes after a certain amount of years. I learned that in school. And you'll have more water, more rains in certain area, more winds and more hurricanes in certain areas, such things I don't. So I don't know if it is that, but they are planning the solution, as I said, is to let this thing burn out by itself. I know that is hard to fathom, but they say they don't have water. And I guess that as well proves that there's something planned bigger than just what we're seeing on the surface. Authorities and researchers are closely monitoring the situation, urging communities to remain vigilant. The convergence of environmental and unexplained events underscores the need for preparedness and a deeper investigation into these unprecedented occurrences.
Over the course of the next several years, Los Angeles will be host to the World Cup, and then the Super Bowl, and then the Olympics. With this rebuilding effort needing to take place, is LA going to be ready for all of those global events?
My humble position, and it's not just being naively optimistic, that only reinforces the imperative of moving quickly, doing in the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. Donald Trump, to his credit, was helpful in getting the Olympics to the United States of America, to get it down here in LA. We thank him for that. This is an opportunity for him to shine, for this country to shine, for California and this community to shine. The opportunity with all of that and all that opportunity and that pride and spirit that comes from not just hosting those 3 iconic games and venues, but also the opportunity, I think, to rebuild at the same time. And that's why we're already organizing a Marshall Plan. We already have a team looking and reimagining LA 2.0, and we're making sure everyone's included, not just the folks on the coast, people here that were ravaged by this disaster.
Did anybody see what Gavin Newsom just said about the wildfires in California? I tried telling everybody about this over a year ago. In an interview with Meet the Press with NBC News, this is what Gavin Newsom just said. First of all, he said very clearly, by the way, when it comes to rebuilding, that he has a team looking at reimagining LA 2.0. Also saying we're just starting to lay out. He said we're still fighting these fires, so we're already talking to city leaders. We're already talking to civic leaders. We're already talking to business leaders. And he said that we're talking to labor leaders. And do you know for what? Well, he said that the devastation from these fires require a rebuilding response, something that he's characterizing as a Marshall Plan for the region. But Newsom also suggested that the rebuilding efforts would be tied to the Olympics, which Los Angeles will be hosting in 2028. And if you haven't heard by now, which I've been trying to tell everybody for well over a year, like I've already mentioned, there's a certain little project that I really want everybody to look into. I've been begging people to look into this one specific project. Literally right after Maui, I begged people to go look into Smart LA 2028. People called me crazy, and that's completely fine because guess what? Here we are. And did anybody see the smile on that man's face? All this information is available to the public, by the way. Let me just make that very clear. But are you listening yet, people?
All right, good people, stay vigilant, man. And see y'all next time. Remember to like the video and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks. All the best.